Good Monday evening, mid-Missouri. The forecast today really kind of centered around the rest of today and, of course, tomorrow, your Independence Day or 4th of July. It's going to be hot, a few degrees warmer than today. We're forecasting mid-90s. We will have a chance for some isolated storms, especially the farther south you find yourself tomorrow. Anywhere south of I-70, you'll have a chance for some thunder and lightning and, of course, locally heavy downpours. But overall, it's still a mostly dry day. That activity we expect to be fairly isolated. It is going to be hot, as I mentioned, mid-90s, but enough humidity to make it feel like triple digits, especially in that same area where we've got that chance for storms south of I-70. So if you find yourself in Jefferson City, expect to be a bit warmer than your friends in Moberly. Throughout the rest of the week, things are a little cooler, thanks in part to some better chances for rain on Wednesday. We're going to talk about that too. Let's get a look at the rest of your day today and into tomorrow with the ABC 17 Storm Track Future Track. We're quiet and warm the rest of the day today. We've seen a spot shower in Marys County today. That's an example of what we could see the rest of the afternoon. Everyone else has been dry, and we expect that to really be the case for just about all of us. I would say 99.99% of us. But as we head into the overnight hours, it is quiet, it is warm. We'll see cloud cover kind of wind down heading into the overnight. Into tomorrow, we're waking up to a lot of sunshine. It's a mild one, upper 60s at the coolest. I think a lot of us may be finding ourselves in the low 70s at sunrise on Tuesday. And then we find ourselves at lunchtime Tuesday, where temperatures are already in the low 90s, pushing mid-90s by the afternoon, maybe even upper 90s for a few of us. And I wouldn't rule out in the far south, maybe getting close to those triple digits. I think that could be a bit exaggerated, but still, it's going to be warm, especially further south. You're a little bit closer to a warm front to the south. And that's where we have the better chance for some isolated storms. It's very isolated. Important word here, or important phrase, mostly dry. Don't plan for a washout on 4th of July, but keep an eye to the radar if you have outdoor plans, especially if you're in places like Lynn, Osage Beach, Camdenton, Rolla. I know a lot of things going on near the lake for the 4th of July festivities. These isolated storms won't ruin the evening, but we will have a chance for a pop-up here or there. Lightning, again, is going to be possible with just about anything that gets going. Looking at Wednesday, early Wednesday morning, we're watching the west because that's our next storm chance. It's a front that's rolling on in here, but look at the time it's arriving. Early Wednesday morning, that's good for us and bad for us. It means, well, these storms aren't going to pack as much of a punch, but by that same metric, we're not going to get as much rain. And so if this timing is what hangs around. If we keep this timing in terms of the front, then, we're not looking at a big chance for strong storms or even a lot of rain. If that changes, though, we could see a chance for some stronger storms. If this slows down a little bit and maybe doesn't move through until the afternoon on Wednesday, we could see some stronger storms. That's what the Storm Prediction Center has us in a level 2 risk for. But if I were to zoom out, you'd see we're on the very western edge of this risk. If this gets carved, which I think it could very well get carved, we may not be looking at a severe risk at all because, again, look at the speed of this front moving through. We don't see much development on this particular run of Future Track, and by the time it gets, almost out of here, that's where we start to see redevelopment throughout the late afternoon and evening. That's where storms really thrive during this time of the year. So if we see a faster front, that pushes our severe threat back to the east, and it takes the heavier rain with it. Again, kind of a double-edged sword there. It's going to be a bit good for us, but a bit bad, because take a look at the rain totals. At most, over the next 3 days, at the current rate of things, it looks like we could see about 1/4 of an inch. Look where they get the best rain, to our east. And that's what we're missing out on, but we're trading the severe weather for less rain. If that current speed of the front holds up, which it looks like it may. We'll continue to update you on that as we get closer. Notice we don't have a weather alert day for Wednesday yet. It's because of that question on timing. We will keep you up to date on that. Stay tuned for that. Likely more information on that is coming tonight. I'll have the latest on that later on in the shows. But again, still a better chance for rain. What happens on Tuesday, your 4th of July, very isolated. And then we're looking at drier days both Thursday and Friday with more chances for rain over the weekend.